May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to another video from Kirk. Today's video is titled Mexican Immigrant Says American is Horrible. So without further ado, let's get started.
How is the best way to solve homelessness and crime in America? Because it has, I'm come from Tijuana, and when I got here, I always hear about America being the greatest nation, where no one is poor, you know. And then when I got here, I remember the first time I went to San Diego downtown, it was horrible. And then I went to LA.
I can just see the YouTube video. Mexican immigrant says America is horrible. You know, it's just like, it's just see it. No, I'm giving you a hard time. It's very simple. We know how to solve crime. You lock up criminals and you don't relax penalties. We know how to solve homelessness. I have a heart for the homeless. Many of them have mental issues that they're dealing with. A vast majority have substance abuse issues. Super simple. You have to have a prime directive. The streets are not your home. Period. We're going to get you help. We're going to bring you to a shelter. We're going to help you recover. We're going to get you treatment. We're going to make sure you get attention. You're going to get fed. You're going to get clothed. You don't do it in the open air. It's not good for you. It's not good for society. It's not good for our hospital system. It's not good for anybody. For example, if you go to a local hospital between 1 and 5 a.m., I guarantee there'll be 2 to 3 homeless people every night that run into traffic. They get run over by a bus. They get run over by a car. And it is completely unnecessary in the sense that if they were in a shelter, that wouldn't be happening. And these poor people, a lot of them die. They run into traffic. It takes huge resources. You know, you have to all of a sudden, redirect a lot of things in the emergency room. Other people who need critical care might get triaged and they might not get the same attention that's necessary. That's just one example of dozens. And so we need to do what we once did in this country, which is we love you. We're not going to allow you on the streets. We're going to nicely and kindly pick you up and we're going to bring you to a homeless shelter. And if you come back again, we're going to bring you back to the homeless shelter. And I, for one, do not want to raise my child in a country where I have to tell her what to do when she's playing in a playground if she encounters a hypodermic needle. That is literally, there are guidelines in Seattle and Portland public schools of what to do if you're a 7 or 8-year-old if you come across a hypodermic needle. And that is the excesses of allowing a fringe population to basically manipulate the standard of living of the rest of us. So have compassion for the homeless. The streets are not your home. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you.
Okay, so I think I love the part where Charlie said, you teach your children at a very tender age. So whenever they see a hypothetical needle, they should just either desist from it or avoid touching it or get, let's say, a grown-up person to come look at it, because it's better to teach these children at a very tender age, because you don't know the person who used that syringe, and you don't know what kind of infection, what kind of disease the person has. So it's better to just let these children, let them be aware of the danger before it happens. Anyway, this is beautiful. When I saw this video, I was expecting a heated debate, because of the title. It said Mexican immigrant says American is horrible. Like I was expecting a heated debate. Charlie trying to counter the the Mexican immigrant, and letting the Mexican immigrant know that yes, America is the best country. And he said it in the beginning. The Mexican immigrant, he said, yeah, based on what he has heard American is a great country, and as far as you are there, you're rich and stuff like that. And I think that's the mindset that is flowing even in Africa. Everyone feels like you just need to just leave Africa. You need to travel to the United States and, your problem is solved. People out there like that are in the United States, some of them are still going through a lot, because you don't just travel and be expecting money from the government. You have to put in the work. So if you're not educated, you have to have a handwork that will fend you something. Okay, but aside from you being mentally, unstable, that is when I feel like the government need to kick in. They need to help. They need to provide things for you so that, at least so that you won't, be roaming about in the streets. In Africa, we have people roaming about and no one is even looking out for them. The people that are mentally unstable have to look for their everyday meal. They have to look for where to sleep and so many other things. But in developed countries, we don't experience this. When they roam about and they have people that bring them back, put them in a very confined environment where they won't hurt themselves or the people around them. And I think that is what we all need. We all need to lend these helping hands to people that are unable to help themselves. And the mindset that when you get to America, your problem are solved, it's partially true, because if you get a good paying job, That is it. I know the tax is much, but with what you're making, it's enough for you to take care of yourself. And I think that is why the world is changing now. It's no longer 100% from the man, 0% from the woman. It's not 50-50. So if you get a partner that is supportive, you guys can skate through the hurdles of life and do something for yourself. So back to what he's saying the housing is like people are staying outside. It's normal, you see. It's everywhere, almost everywhere in the world. If you don't have what it takes to rent a place, you're going to stay outside. Okay. And I think American is trying to reduce the number of people that sleep outside. I think sometimes in their movies, when I see people sleeping in the park, police are there to tell them you can't sleep here. Either you go to a shelter home or you go to somewhere that you can sleep, because we don't have snow in Africa. So if you decide to stay outside, you won't be freeze to death. But when you go to American, some when they are in their, in the period of snow, you can't just stay outside, and you will just end up hurting yourself because of how cold the place is. So I feel American is doing their best, and they have a whole lot of work to do, and they are aware of it, and they are still putting in the work. They are doing their best in every way possible to make sure that American remain the greatest country on earth. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. If it's your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember this.